with Luc Mullinder being an alumni and a guy that's been there, done that, I could see the emotion in his eyes when zeros hit the clock and what that meant to him. What was your initial reaction when zeros hit the clock and we have won the Grey Cup?
Well, zeros hit the clock and Luc Mullinder hit me.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Not maliciously, but to give me a hug. And I discovered what it is like to run into a defensive lineman.
Okay, now
any chiropractors out there? That was a wonderful moment. And Luc actually sent me a note and apologized to me. He was so pumped up about it that he thought he was a little overzealous. I thought it was my first Riders Win Grey Cup 2025 memory was Luc Mullinder in that collision. It was interesting to see that passion still burns in somebody who has won a Grey Cup as a player. And you think, okay, what can replicate winning it as a player? I can't imagine there's anything. Yet here we are, 18 years after Luc Mullinder won a Grey Cup as a player, and he sees this and he is still pumped up.
Look, I was happy for Vanstone, man. This guy is a legend in Saskatchewan, but more importantly, he's one of the most respected media members in the Canadian Football League, just across the league. And again, it's a Saskatchewan thing. I know how much it meant to him to be part of the team this year, man. So Dave and I were in the press box during the Grey Cup. The first play when Marcus Sales intercepted the football, I celebrated. I was like, yeah! And I started getting pumped up. And then I realized that I was the only one in there. And I realized that even the guys from Saskatchewan were being professional at that point. And it was like you had to act a certain way in the press box and stuff. And I wasn't comfortable with it because I wasn't there as a broadcaster that day. I was there pulling for the green and white. We went downstairs about 3 minutes before the game was over so you could go onto the field after the game. And I walked in the room and Vanstone was already there. And you could see, because this was at the time where Montreal was driving the ball. And you could see the concern on Vanstone's face, man. Once Patterson fumbled it, I turned around immediately and looked at him. And then when the clock wound down, man, I couldn't help but give him a chest bump and a hug, man, because he was so relieved. And I remember he said, Mullinder, you almost broke my shoulder. And I was like, my bad. You're just going to have to deal with it. That's how you celebrate when you're a champion, Vanstone, and you're a champion, you know?